Morning, guys. It's a Saturday morning here, and I thought today's podcast, there's probably going to be a few today actually. We'll do it on finding your why. What's your why? Your why is basically why you do something, why you work, why you do tasks that you absolutely hate, why you hate work for a boss you despise, why you get through the day to do it all again tomorrow. And I do think this is important because this sets up your goals, this sets up your priorities, this sets up where you're going. And a lot of people just don't do it. They just go, oh, they're doing better than me. Oh, if I'd done this 20 years ago. Oh, if I'd bought the business I always wanted to do. I'm sick of it. They're just excuses. So even myself, I bash myself up because I should have started my own firm myself. And I will say, I do have a plan, but I'm just still working on it simply because I've got my degree getting wrapped up. Doesn't mean the business isn't going ahead. It means I'm still working on what I'm actually doing in the business itself. But anyway, that's me. One of the things I've got is I look at where I work, why I put up with the crap, and the answer is it's family orientated. It's to get rid of the mortgage, to give me the status I had back in the Philippines, where basically because I had all my bills covered in the Philippines, it gave me my freedom to think about how to make more money and do what I wanted. And that's the position I want to get back to. That's my why. And it was funny this week. I was talking to somebody that was saying to me in the office, they think I'm overpaid and I just sit in Spain. And, and my response was, oh, that's nice. They think about me a lot. I don't think about them at all. It's like, I says, most of them have been replaced since I've been here. The stuff I've worked through, people not doing their jobs for over a decade, it has led to people hating me. But hey ho, they were quick enough sacrificing other people during that time. It was a periodic execution of people as they come through the door. And as they leave, they then stack them up with stuff they hadn't done to say they were the problem. I've broken that. Was it a Kabul? Is it a Kabul? Where it's like a group, like a cartel. So you got a group of people that were completely incompetent, supporting each other, and that's how they did what they did for a long time. And then it went through the business as if everything's okay, and they got rid of the problem, which just happens to be yet another person that's a new starter. But yeah, so what's my why? Why would I want to be in an environment like that? Simply pay the house off, get Spain set up properly, finish my education, work out what I want to do for a business, and get back to spending time with the family. I could leave here tomorrow into another job and I'll be stuck doing the daily grind in the UK without the flexibility of traveling back to Spain. Because that's the only thing, when I took this job on, it was tied into my contract that I would actually only be doing 1 day a week in London, and then the rest of the time will be basically as in where I need to be, which is UK or Spain, because it's nearly all spreadsheets. So my question to you is, what's your why? And I don't want to hear the moaning, because the moaning is the stuff we've got. You look at the news and they're telling you that the economy is going to crash and blah, blah, blah. Do you know what? That stuff's been going on since I was a kid. I remember the miners' strikes. I remember all the other pitfalls, the housing market collapse. I remember the recessions. I remember all the stuff that's been going on and going on and going on. Reality is, switch that stuff off. You can't control it. You can't change it. You have virtually no influence in it. What you need to do is go, forget that. What about you? How are you going to shape your life to be better? That's what you need to be focused on. What are you going to do about you? And like I said, I look at this role. It's a dead-end job. I've been sort of pushed into a little corner, but I fight the corner. I've survived nearly, well, more than 7 people, which were the problematic people in the business. There's only 2 left. But even that, I'm not seeing that as a goal. I'm seeing the reality is I'm surviving through the quality of my work. That's the reality of it. Because further up the food chain, they recognise the value in it. Further up the food chain, it's correcting historic mistakes going back as far as 20 years. So I'm like the Elon Musk of in Doge, looking through the accounts at the minute, but on a much, much smaller scale. But that's where you have to find your why. Your motivations will be distorted because of the problems that you're facing in your daily life. You need to separate the two. This is why I talk about being based. This is why I talk about thinking about your things in a positive way, and not in the hippie way of slapping yourself in the middle. Well, it's not. It's direct sales actually. You slap yourself in the mirror and go on. We're going to sell today. You're the best salesman in the. None of that. What I'm talking about is clear your head and think about what you want to achieve and why you're doing what you're doing at the minute. Because if you can tie the two together, your head's in the right space, because then you're not interested in what the politics are in the office. You're not interested in your boss is a twat. You're not interested in people getting over promoted above you because there's a bit of nepotism or whatever's going on. You're not interested in the fact that you didn't get a decent bonus, a decent pay rise, whatever it is. You just like move it to one side. That's not your focus. That's a silent irritant. That is something that's being done to you. That's stuff you cannot control. What you can control is, okay, I know where I am. How do I move myself forward? Like myself, there's no promotion here. The business is too small for a start, but also politically, getting rid of a lot of senior people does not do you any favors, because the people that remain, they don't want you sitting next to them because you're a massive risk to them. So you focus, like myself, focus on education, and out the door, move on to something better. At the moment, I sit here. I spent all the Christmas in Spain. I've set myself up for the summer in Spain. I'll be working, doing all my groundwork over the next couple of months, so I don't have to do it during the summer. And look, I've got a pattern here. They've siloed me out. I'm doing the best I can with it. Why am I doing it? I want to spend more time with the family, right? How do I spend more time with the family? Do all the legwork in bulk instead of doing like a site a week or whatever. Go out and just do site after site after site after site after site. Okay, I'm off to Spain. Got all the paperwork to do. Spend time with the family. That's making it work for me. But you can only start seeing that type of thing if you filter the noise out. The backstabbing, the negative stuff that comes out of other people. You must do this, you must do that, you must do, and you're sitting there going, okay, do what do you want. I'm not really concerned about the politics. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not here. What's the why? The why is the family. The why is the time with the family. The why is the getting the mortgage paid. That's it. All the other stuff is just noise. The future is already aligned with mortgage gone. Kids are getting older. They're going to be heading to uni soon. Me, looking at going back to consulting, my own business, redeveloping everything so I'm back to where I was. But the advantage, no mortgage. Kids are happy. Kids are now, well, they're already teenagers. They're nearly adults. And having my own business back. That's how you focus on this stuff. If you're doing what's the point is coming out your mouth, stop it. Go and have a think. Think, what did I just say to myself? What am I saying to myself? Not the person in front of you. You just told yourself and that person you're doing nothing. And I do accept some people are happy where they are. I mean, when I was talking to somebody some time ago about the guy that worked in a factory, did 30 odd years and got his gold watch and they did the final clocking out and everybody cheered, and I'm like, I wish my life could be that simple, where the fascination of football on the Saturday or whatever. See, I don't even know when football games get played. Um, I think it's over the weekend sometime. But the whole point is that guy has been in his bubble and pretty comfortable in the bubble. But at the same time, it's when they all get made redundant, the factory shuts down. It's a soul destroyer because you set your entire life on that path. And I'm not saying this in a negative way. I'm saying even if you're in that path, always remember why you're doing it, what's your goals, and no matter what happens, you sit and focus on where you want to be, not where you are now. Where you are now is a constant in this current position. When I say constant, I mean day to day. But like everything in life, it's temporary. Long term, you can change anything. Short term, you may have to just get on with the grind. And the focus is, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And keep that moving. Thanks, guys. That's my first video for today.